So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals.
How are you? Man, it's an awesome week. A little hot, though, isn't it? It seems... Oh, yeah, it's summer. That's right. So today, you're going to live inside my obsession. Is that okay? I've been obsessed with something ever since I was a kid, very young, as long as I can remember. And that is, how do you make your life, the way you want to do it? How do you have the freedom, the success, whatever you have in your mind? How do you do it without getting dragged around by other people? We'll talk about that today, because I would suggest that you are probably living inside somebody else's dreams, and it's time for you to live inside your dreams. Oh, love this topic. Hang on for the ride. It is the daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day, because life begins when you move. Let's go. And then life gets in the way. Oh no, what happened? Didn't see that coming. And then let's figure it out. Stand up, take a step, repeat, go make it happen. That's all there is to it. It really comes down to that every single day. You know, I was talking to a client this morning, and he asked me, it's kind of a silly question. He said, Scott, have you learned any secrets about what it takes for people to actually get what they want? I said, yeah, I have. First, the knowledge. You got to have that. But then you have to put it in practice every single day, a little bit at a time, and consistently do that day in, day out. That's what this show is all about, to help you do that every single day. How are you? My name is Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Are you, I'm acting like William Shatner now, living in somebody else's dreams? Are you living in somebody else's dreams? Are you? You know, all I've ever wanted to do was have fun. That was it. I want to impact people mostly in a positive way. I want to make them laugh. When I teach them something, I want to have a great family, friends. I want to make a lot of money. And I want to not take life too seriously. Sounds like a kid's dream, doesn't it? I learned early on to kind of go after that. I realized, yes, we have to do some adulting. We have to take adult actions along the way, but we can still do it with kind of a childlike attitude and have a good time with it. I've always been that way, just obsessed by it. But this, have you noticed, is a very overcomplicated, wildly distracting, monkey see, monkey do world that we live in today. It is so easy to get what you want and still end up significantly undersatisfied. It's crazy. In fact, I'm going to suggest that your life, the one that you want to achieve, the perfect life, is really, really possible on an average level as long as you just get out of bed. If you want to be average. And my guess is about 80% of this audience is just getting out of bed and doing what they need to do all day long. And they think, yeah, it's okay. But someday I'm going to do what I want to do. Life is averagely good. It's okay. Average is okay. But what if your inner voice is screaming at you? There must be more. I hear that a lot. On the Zoom calls and phone calls every single day, I hear that. Often the conversation begins when somebody's brand new and they're talking to me for the very first time, happens a couple times a day. They say, I just feel like there's more. And I smile and I hold back a little bit. I say, well, there is. But only if you are willing to create it. And that may scare you a little bit, I know, but it gets exciting the more you get inside that world, right? But if you won't realize and accept one thing, it's not going to happen for you. Ready? Somebody else has created every single experience you have in your life today. Think about it for a second. What? What do you mean? No, I make my own life, man. I get up and do my own thing. But think about it, though. The city you live in, somebody else imagined. In the beginning, somebody had to imagine it. And a lot of people imagined all the different parts of your city along the way. All the business people, all the city council, they all imagined these things. Somebody else imagined the car you are driving right now. Somebody designed it. Somebody created it. Somebody built it. You didn't do that. Somebody else did. Somebody else imagined that phone in your pocket. The one we all have these days, the smartphone, didn't exist until the iPhone came out. Stephen Jobs and a bunch of other folks imagined that. They imagined that, not you, not me, they did. The fact is that somebody else woke up at some point in time and they decided to turn their dream into your reality. Yes, they're living their own dream, but they also sucked you into their world, didn't they? You can live inside their dreams. Now, that's okay. It's fine. It's how the world works. So much of the best part of life is because somebody decided they had a dream and they turned it into reality and it included you and like, wow. But maybe it's time to let others do the same for your dreams. After all, if they can do it, you can do it, right? Isn't it the number one rule? If somebody else has done it, well, certainly it's proven you can do it yourself. So there's a whole lot I can cover on this topic, but just the concept of somebody else has created the dream you're living in today makes most people go, what? But it's true. We wouldn't be doing this podcast without all the stuff somebody else created way before I ever got here. And I got here really early on. But there are 3 items that I think you as a fully actualized adult can do to create the reality of your choosing. You do want to do that, right? And I truly believe that. I'm really, frankly, just obsessed by it. I completely believe that if I don't like what's going on, I can just change my mindset, take a few actions, and make it different. It's what drives me every single day. Number 1, understanding that success begins with internally motivated actions. The actions that come from within you, not from me, not from somebody else you're listening to, but from you, the ones that you just one day get you excited. That's where your success comes from. You get to decide what you want to do and you can lead the way, and only your permission is required. This is really hard for people to get. We have been trained and conditioned to learn from somebody else, to follow what somebody else says, to fall in line. But when you are so motivated on the inside and you just say, okay, I'm going to do it my way, let's go, you can do it. Don't need to ask me or anybody else's permission, just yours. In fact, you don't even have to ask yours. Just go do it. Break the rules. Number 2. The level of happiness and success that you attain in your life is determined by your ability to mine your thoughts. Pull out those inner desires that you have, accept them as your truth, and then hold yourself accountable for making sure they become essential to you in your life and you create them. If you won't reach into your own world and say, that's important to me, I'm going to go after it, nobody's going to do it for you. You know why? Well, they're not here to save you. Nobody's going to save you. We all know that. But nobody's going to for you because they're not even doing it for themselves in most cases. 10 or 20%, maybe 5% of the whole population is actually reaching inside themselves, deciding what they're going to create, and they go do it. They make their own way. The rest of everybody is just following along. Number 3, every day, I think you should take a little bit of time and pay attention to what is important to you and that you do that will have a likely very profound effect on your success, your survival, and your well-being. Pay attention to what's important to you, and then focus it to what's absolutely necessary for you to create the life you want to. You are currently, in a big way, some bigger than most, living inside somebody else's dream. And if you stick around doing that long enough, it can become a nightmare. It'll keep you awake. Years will pass and you wonder, when am I going to get what I wanted? And other people will look at you and say, when are you going to do what you have the potential to do? It comes down to you to decide to live inside your own dreams. And then if you're really good at it, be a leader, cast that vision. If you put your dream out in the world, other people will say, hey, I want to live inside your dreams. Can I play? Here they come. So I talk about when I'm talking about face your passion. Do you have the courage to look inside your soul, to figure out what you're passionate about doing, and go do it? Do you have the courage to do that? Most people don't. You'll know it if you do, because you'll start moving on it. So find that courage. We'll talk more about that as time goes on here. It's one thing that fires me up and gets me going. I love it when people finally break through and they just become awake, if you will, and start creating their own world just because they want to. So tomorrow, what if your life doesn't have a happy ending? That sounds morbid, doesn't it? It's not. Imagine you're writing a book about your life. Does it have a happy ending? Come on back tomorrow as we celebrate a Friday and get into the summertime. It gets hotter and hotter and hotter. Don't worry, vacation's coming and let's all go to the beach. Wait a second, I live at the beach. It's awesome. In the meantime, join me at Facebook at dailymuvspodcast.com/Facebook. I'll see you tomorrow.